So you don't need to save up to scale your business or even to start your business. So whether you're just getting started or you're making over 10K a month, which most beginner businesses are trying to get to, if you're trying to save up funds and profits in order to get to that point, you are playing the slowest game possible. Today, I'm going to show you why saving your way to growth is outdated and how the right business funding strategy can give you faster and smarter growth without killing your profits. Now, some of you that have been indoctrinated with the old school method using cash versus other methods might disagree, but hear me out and then come to a decision. And as a matter of fact, go down to the comments so I can see kind of where the audience is on this and put if you believe credit is the best way to go or cash in regards to starting your business and scaling your business. So most business owners think that they need to save their money in order to start their business or scale their business, which is getting your business to grow. The reason for this is because a lot of people may have, came up on listening to Dave Ramsey. He's always talking about avoiding credit and sticking with cash and saving your cash to do what you need to do as far as having a financial turnaround in order to get to financial stability. And of course, all of that mostly is in the personal realm, what he speaks to. Some of you may have had family members that have used credit for things in the past. They ended up in a lot of debt from using credit, or maybe even you've made mistakes with personal credit in the past. So your mindset, of course, is to avoid credit and to just use cash and save up the cash you need to do what you want to do. And also, when it comes to, just personal finances in general, which pretty much everybody before they get started in business, they are dealing with money on some type of personal level, and all of their dealings with money and finances are all coming from the personal side and the personal mindset of things, and that is versus the business side of things. And most of us on the personal side financially have been taught that you save up your money to do what you need to do, buy what you need to buy, and that's going to be better than using credit. Now, saving money, of course, there's nothing wrong with actually saving money, but most people that are trying to get to financial freedom, especially as quickly as most people want to, even though it's going to take time for most people, they choose that method of saving because that is what we have been taught to do. And also because it's easier to do versus thinking about investing in stocks or investing in real estate or something like that. Now, even though that is the case, that's what most of us are taught to do. That's the easiest method to go by versus some other options. If you look at statistics, most people aren't saving any money. Most people don't even have $1,000 in their savings account. And this is, of course, on the personal side. So how is it more likely that people are going to save more money and do better when it comes to the business side anyway? Now, a lot of business owners believe that debt is risky, especially, of course, credit. Now, everything seems risky when you're not used to using it, when you don't know how to use it, when you don't understand it. Everything is risky because it's easier for you to mishandle it when you don't understand it and you have no experience with it. Or I should say, the right experience with it. Now, the truth of the matter is, profits don't equal cash flow. They might sound the same, but they're really not the same. And just to give you an example, you could make $10,000 in a month, right? On paper, because you made that many sales or you sold services that are worth that much money. But sometimes you don't always collect all of that cash immediately from the people that are your customers. So if you only collected like, let's say half of that, 5,000, but yet you had to pay, 3,000 in expenses or 4,000 in expenses. On paper, your business looks super profitable, but you don't actually have the cash there on hand to cover everything that you need to cover because there are likely more expenses you have to pay for the month of your business. And because you might not have as much cash to do all of the things you need to do in your business at that moment, or maybe to take advantage of opportunities, that can lead to slower scaling of your business because it's harder to save up cash if you don't always have that much cash coming in. And again, when you don't have that cash available, there might be an opportunity that presents itself to you, like maybe a bigger order from a bigger company from what you do. And you have to have the freed up cash in order to pay for the supplies that you need or the services that you need or the help that you need to fulfill that. And now you've missed out on an opportunity. So first off, you really need to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. A bad debt is going to be anything which is a liability that you have used credit to purchase. So basically, if this is something that is not going to bring you back money, then at that point, it's not even an investment. It is just something that costs you money that will not bring you back any money. Good debt is anything that you use credit for that is actually going to provide a return on investment. It is actually going to be something you purchase that is going to help to increase your revenue, increase your profits, increase your cash flow. Understanding this should help eliminate some of the fear that you might have in using credit, because of course, if you're using it the wrong way, then that's going to lead to the issues that most people are scared of. But if you're using it the right way, that will lead you to the growth in your business that you're trying to see. Saving up shrinks your ability to reinvest within your business. As I mentioned, in moments where you have a really tight cash flow, you don't have a lot of cash available. This can happen a lot in the beginning of businesses and even when you're making $10,000 a month. When you don't have enough freed up cash to even cover your expenses or to barely have anything left over after covering your expenses for the month, is going to lead to you having a little bit of money available to save, which takes a longer amount of time before you can get some of those things that you need to reinvest into your business, which will indeed help it grow. Bigger companies use capital. They don't use savings. Now, do they have savings? Yes. Do they use their savings sometimes? Yes. But when it comes to fueling their growth, pretty much all of the bigger businesses are using capital credit in some sort. And you might not think that you are comparable to those bigger companies, but you have to think about it. They all started small and they all ended up using business credit in order to get to that point of growth where they could do more things to actually grow their business, because they understood that speed in the growth is what gets them to their dreams a lot faster. Now, to fund that growth, business credit cards with 0% interest is really going to be the best and easiest way to go about it for most all businesses, especially small businesses. Yes, there are loans. Yes, there are lines of credit. The easiest option to get into with the most benefits for the business owner and the business is going to be those business credit cards. And again, with the 0% interest, especially because at that point you are paying the same as cash. You're not paying extra interest on top of whatever it is that you need to spend the money on. And one of the other main reasons is with the business credit card, you don't have to be 2 years in business at pretty much all the banks to apply for this like you would for a loan or a line of credit. Now, once you secure that money, and hopefully you secure it in high enough amounts, then you're able to afford the growth that you need. And a lot of you guys don't need a whole bunch as much money as you guys be trying to get. But having more is always better than having less, of course. But you can use that money to then hire employees. You can pay for outsourcing for different services. You can hire freelancers or contractors within your business to do some of the work that needs to get done and expand your capacity to be able to bring in more revenue. You can invest in ads for your business. When you do that, of course, you're trying to bring more eyeballs to your business so people can know that you exist. And the quickest way to get in front of a lot of people versus posting organic content, which is still good and you should do that, but ads help get you in front of businesses a lot quicker. So you can then pay for ads. And if you're not good at running ads, you can pay for an ad company to create ads for you and run your ad campaigns. Again, cutting down on the time that it takes for you to learn how to do the ads. You can just pay somebody else that already knows what to do, pay for the ad spend to get the ads out there, and then get more money coming into your business from this money that you have invested into something that's going to give you a return on investing. You could pay for a coach. You know, a lot of times people try to avoid that measure. They want to do it all by themselves, especially when you're in the beginning. I've been there too. But getting a coach can help cut down how long it takes for you to learn how to see success within your industry or within business in general. So having that extra money available to pay for a coach that can cut down again on the learning curve versus you making the mistakes that cost money and cost time. Pay somebody that has already made those mistakes so that you don't have to make them. You can just cut straight to success a lot faster. Or maybe you need to stack up inventory, right? Maybe you having more inventory, you're being able to order larger amounts of inventory in bulk helps to give you discounts, which makes you more profitable, gives you more cash flow. Maybe it'll help you get your orders out faster that you have to ship to people because now you have more stuff on hand and you don't have to wait for orders to come in every time somebody makes an order for whatever it is that you sell. These are some of the different ways having this funding available and using it can help increase your profitability, your business operations, and help you to grow. Again, whether you're in the beginning stages of your business or you're just trying to grow past where you are now. And if you've been enjoying this so far, make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video so YouTube can know to show this to more people, and subscribe if you want to continue to get more helpful information like this. Now, everything that I'm telling you about is designed to help your business grow a lot faster because you have capital available, credit available to make major moves now versus waiting until you can save up enough, because everybody always thinks we have an unlimited amount of time. We think that tomorrow is going to be just like today, and we think that we have time to prepare and save things, but you never know what might change in the economy, in politics, that might make things harder in your industry tomorrow versus how they were today. And while you're sitting there waiting to save up enough money to do some of the things you need to do, those options might not even be available to you later on down the line or even tomorrow. And when you're using credit, you can get the larger amounts of money that you need to go ahead and pay for things now. You can make small payments on those things over time until you start to see that return on profit. So you're not really killing your budget because you're making smaller payments and you secured the larger thing that you need or the more expensive thing that you need now, so you can fund that growth faster and pay for it later. And if you need help trying to secure that funding for your business, because like most people, maybe you haven't seen that you've been able to get higher limits when you go apply for business funding, you've been getting denied a lot for business funding, book a funding strategy session with me down below in the description so I can help you get anywhere from 50 to 100 plus K for your business over the next 30 days, and sometimes as fast as 14 days. If you've been in business for a while and you're starting to kind of feel burnt out because you're wearing all the hats in your business and you're literally doing everything within your business and you want to get freed up from that, go ahead and check this next video or check out this video, which YouTube thinks will be a good fit for you. And I'll see you in the next video.